Hello, hello. Dr. Henry back. But today, we're not going to rip any packs. Today, I'm going to let you guys in on how I repaired my golf cart. It's doing something very strange. You turn a key on, and nothing would happen. Gas pedal did nothing. That speaker, so it's fixed now, but hear that little doot-doot from the speaker. That would not do that. So, as many people do, I replaced the starter solenoid. I even replaced the voltage regulator when I couldn't figure out what was going on. But that's why I want to give you guys a little flow through what potentially could be causing this. So I'm going to hook my meter onto ground. We're going to confirm. So the battery has full power, and then with 2018 EZGO RXV, electrical power is going to go to the positive right there, which is showing 12.5 volts. See this white wire right here? That goes through right to there, and then it's going to go through a fuse, which it's a 7.5 amp fuse. My fuse actually blew, and none of the 3 cars I have at home have a fuse that works, so we're just going to jumper it just for the sake of this video. But it goes from that white wire through the fuse to this yellow wire, and then that's going to go down through the wiring harness. You can see in there, yellow wire in there to the key switch. So key switch just has a connector. It's actually a relatively simple system. So yellow wire to the starter switch, red wire out of the starter switch. I can show you guys. You just pin into this yellow wire. We got 12.5 volts. So if your key switch was bad, which they do go bad, you would get no voltage out of this red wire when it was plugged in. So you can see I've got some shrink wrap from testing, but key switch was good. Now we follow this red wire. That's going to go down to your, let me get a little light on this. It's going to go down to your gas pedal switch, which is that guy right there. One interesting thing, when you push the gas pedal, let's see if I can get this. You push the gas pedal, there's a plunger that actually extends out. So when that plunger is extended out, it's at wide open throttle. Let me see if I can show you. Here you go. So this is the gas switch, and it's, you know, it senses voltage as that plunger moves in and out, but I didn't realize that out is wide open throttle, so the pedal actually holds it in. So once I figured this problem out, I didn't have this installed in the cart on the pedal, and the engine was running over constantly, which it's not supposed to do. Obviously, you turn the key on, it's gonna do nothing until you hit the gas pedal. So anyway, back to it. Wiring harness is going to go through here into this group of wiring right there. There's a brown wire on that gas pedal switch. That brown wire actually goes to right here. This is going to be your relay. Relay is very important. Easy to test also. Get that relay off there. All right, so the brown switch is in the middle right there. So you could do the same thing, check voltage. I would check voltage from the brown wire at the switch to the brown wire right there, center pin. Checking voltage is checking if this relay is good is pretty easy. It's going to be the outside 2 pins. So you want 75 to 150 ohms of resistance, or you could even put power to those 2 pins and you'll hear a click. But so we're going to put it on ohms. We're going to touch the 2 outer pins, and we're sitting at 80 ohms of resistance. So that's a pretty clear indicator that that relay is good. So that's not going to be your problem. And now I want to emphasize this problem is prior to the starter solenoid. So let's plug this back in. Let's just do a little. So when this problem first started, I could jumper this, and you can turn the engine over if you jumper those, but you don't have power to the system before the starter relay, or the starter solenoid, sorry, and you have to have that. The starter solenoid is pretty easy to test. These 2 smaller terminals, you just have to get power and ground to them, and then a plunger inside of the solenoid will actually lift up and connect the power and ground with those fat wires, connects the starter generator to ground, and makes the golf cart run. This little cable on the gas pedal actually goes to the carburetor and provides fuel. So you get electrically, the engine starts when you put power to that terminal, which powers these 2, and then it starts cranking, and then you give it gas, and that's how you get your golf cart running how it should. So to my problem, sorry to make a short video kind of long, I found that I did not have continuity. So I showed you the continuity, the way to check continuity. I had power to the white wire from the solenoid. I had a good fuse, so there was power to the yellow wire, but I did not have continuity between this yellow wire and the key switch yellow wire. So that had to run through wiring harness all the way through, up through. So what I actually took a sewing needle and attached it to a alligator clip, and in a couple different areas I stuck. So like I pulled that wire out of that harness, or out of that loom, poked a little tiny hole in it, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I mean, you've got to figure this out somehow. So from there to there, I had continuity. From there to here, I did not have continuity. From there to here, I did not have continuity. I found that, and you can see my repair, but underneath this, I'll call it a firewall, but for whatever reason, I don't know if the vibration of the cart or what have you, there's no continuity. So I ended up just grabbing that yellow wire, and I just pulled on it really hard, and it broke right where there was corrosion. So ended up just putting a jumper wire from that one to this one, cut out the corrosion, got my speaker blinking at me, then blew. I don't know how that fuse blew. It's only a 7.5 amp fuse, so I'll have to buy a new one of those. But we're back in action, people. Please do. I've spent I've spent a lot of time digging into this, learning from it. If you have questions, hit me up in the comments. I can probably answer many of them. The mechanical side, I'm pretty good at also. I hope this helped some of you. Thanks for watching. It's a great day to be alive.